Motor City, we've been around for 80 years. That's like 560 in dog years. Basically, we're the top dogs of Colorado. And thanks to our deals, selection, and service, we've earned some pretty loyal customers. And our GM, Mark, he's the most loyal guy I know. Even after I chewed up his shoe, it was delicious.
Great trucks, amazing deals, and belly rubs for dogs. Come see why Colorado drives Phil Long Ford Motor City. Hey guys, where's my shoe? Oh.
Here we go, crew. It is Friday. We are on April 24th. May begins next week, just kind of zipping through 2026, right? You are on Mornings with Meister here on Peaks to Plains Weather. I am Matt Meister. Thanks for being here this morning and starting your day off with us on what has been a fun week here, getting Mary trained up. It's been a long week for me with the hammer fire. The fire in Pueblo had a late night Wednesday night, early morning yesterday. My daughter had a track meet up at Stutler Bowl at Cherry Creek High School yesterday afternoon and evening. Kind of a rare midday week or midweek meet, I should say, for the high school kids. So I'm dragging a little bit this morning. Just being honest with you, but you know what's helping? I am halfway through my American Classic coffee. I've got the Pikes Peak roast in here, and I'm feeling it already, and I am doing good. I hope you are having a good day. I hope you've had a good week. Really, really good news yesterday, and we alluded to this yesterday when we were on the air early in the morning regarding the hammer fire. It is now 80% contained officially, but all of the support crews from outside of the Hanover area have been released. The Hanover crews are just shoring up lines. They're monitoring. They're finalizing everything up there. We're not concerned about this fire expanding. And just amazing work by our firefighting men and women and the support crews that make all of that happen. And even though that fire burnt nearly 5,000 acres, could have been a totally different story if it was in a slightly different spot. So, my best to all of you in Hanover as you kind of put that back behind you here and start moving forward with things. Of course, off to the southeast of Fountain and Colorado Springs. I'm going to show you the wind in this area today. Again, we're not concerned about the flames getting back up or anything happening with it, but I just want to show you it's good that we got that fire knocked down, because today the wind's out of a different direction than it's been the last couple of days. Generally out of the south late in the day, might get a little bit of a westerly component there over the fire, but we do have another day of some fire weather concerns here in southern Colorado. Another day of a red flag warning up from 11 o'clock until 9 o'clock this evening. And, that means that, we are going to have some fire weather concerns. It's cooler out there this morning than it was this time yesterday by quite a bit as a front has moved into the area. Region wide running about 5 to 30 degrees cooler. Look at Pueblo in particular, where it's 31 this morning. Lyman is down to 22. Alamosa is down to 19. Canyon City, one of the typically warm areas, kind of leading the way here early this morning, sitting at 44, and everybody else is somewhere in between. Friday starting nice. Here's what it looks like from Vail, the Gore Range. You can see a little bit of snow there. And we do have some snow on the way to the mountains over the weekend. Crew, a pattern change heading into Colorado, and it's going to stick around for a while as well. So good morning to all of you. Julie says good morning, and it's a little bit chilly, but beautiful. Kathy says, hey, we are heading into the weekend. My mom comes in today. My daughter has her last high school choir concert. They call it the Vocal Variety. It's a real fun show. All the seniors sing something at the end. I'm playing guitar for Somebody to Love that one of the choirs does. That'll kind of be fun to do a little bit later on today. I've had to run to a couple rehearsals for that this week, kind of added to my long week. So hope you are having a fantastic week here. And hopefully you have some fun plans over the weekend. But I do need to let you know about a couple of weather things. So let's jump into the short-term forecast here. Yesterday, we had temps that were at 65 in the Springs, 78 in Lamar, and 50s over the mountain areas. Today's an interesting day. Some of us are going to warm up a little bit. Some of us will cool off a couple of degrees. And so it just kind of depends where you are. Watch Colorado Springs. I've got us a little bit warmer today at 71. Parts of the plains don't change a lot. Mountain areas will warm up a little bit. Couple spots up against the hills will come down a little bit. So it's kind of an interesting day because that front that came through overnight's kind of hanging out in the area, washing out a little bit this afternoon, but it does change our forecast up some. Yesterday afternoon, we did get a couple clouds to build, and you'll see here on Skyscan, combination of radar and satellite, some echoes over the far eastern plains. There might have been a couple sprinkles. Almost all of that didn't make it down to the ground. Did help to produce some gusty wind. It's just too dry in the subcloud layer. On the large scale, I want to point out the thunderstorms off to our east yesterday. There were a couple of big tornadoes in Oklahoma, one of them around Enid. As that front continues to move east today, we'll see thunderstorms move through with that. And we've got the western edge of that front kind of hanging out across eastern Colorado. So at the surface east of the front, some upslope wind doing battle with some westerly wind over the mountain areas that's underneath that jet that you see there. And that's kind of what's driving our forecast today and helping with the red flag conditions that we have up across the region. So through the course of the morning, you'll see the wind pick up over the mountain areas out of the west, and you'll see a south, or in some cases a southeast wind over the plains on the east side of that front. Those two things do battle today. The strongest gusts, that'll be up around 30, 35 miles per hour, will be on the west side of the front, so mainly over and for some cases near the mountains, maybe late in the day. You see that in Colorado Springs and Pueblo picking up a little bit. But on the east side of the front, the wind will be out of the south today and maybe topping out around 30 miles per hour or so. So it's not as windy as earlier in the week. You'll certainly notice the breezes today, and there will be some gusts for sure. And obviously the humidity level's still low enough here, even east of the front where we've got that red flag warning up. So something that we'll watch out there again today for some fire weather. And I do think the fire weather concerns kind of, have everybody on edge a little bit. Not that it's an awful day to be outside, but Banjo's going to go with an 8 on his barometer. Easy to understand scale about how nice it is to be outside, and really a pretty decent day other than the fire weather concerns with the wind. So let me take you into tomorrow afternoon. And as we hit Saturday afternoon, we get another front to come in overnight. So we kind of reinforce that upslope. We're starting to get a system to come in from the west. And so it'll get a little bit interesting around here as we head into the back part of the day and the early part of Saturday evening. The best chance of showers tomorrow is going to be over the western slope, a little bit closer to that upper day. But as we head from Saturday night into Sunday, things are going to get interesting around here as the pattern change moves in. Behind the next front, we still have this convergence up against the hills. Here's Saturday afternoon. You notice the wind not as strong. And again, these are the gusts, so this is the high end of things over the mountain areas. Not as strong as what we'll have out there today. And the eastern plains, yeah, it'll be breezy, but I think we're a little less breezy than what we'll have out there today as well. Temperatures to start off the weekend will be cooler. You'll certainly notice that during the afternoon. With the front coming in tomorrow, I think we mix up the atmosphere a little bit. Along the front range here, we're a little bit warmer than we are this morning. But look at the afternoon. Lots of us will be in the 60s. We'll have some 50s up across northeastern Colorado, and the warmest spots in the southern part of the state along the New Mexico and Oklahoma line only get to around 70. Mountain areas don't change too much. But here's what does change as we head from Saturday night into Sunday morning. And there's a couple of things I want you to watch. Notice how the rain and snow over the mountains picks up. That's because the upper level system is starting to move into Colorado. The other thing I want you to note, and the thing I'm going to spend a little bit of time on here, is the far eastern plains. So there's enough low-level moisture behind that front that cools us back to start the weekend, that as the upper level system approaches, we may get some rain and perhaps a thunderstorm to develop across far eastern Colorado. A couple of different computer models have that a little farther to the north, but the computer that I like the best has been actually bringing this a little bit farther south. So I want to make you aware of it. This is something I'm going to watch here over the next day and a half or so as we get a little bit closer to early Sunday morning, because if the showers go, they'll stick around into early Sunday morning. And so how nice would that be, right? We need that. And we'll keep rain and snow over the mountain areas and mainly west of I-25 through Saturday night and Sunday. So Teller County, perhaps you're catching some showers. Fremont County, the upper Arkansas River Valley. And I think by Sunday morning, the snow has picked up enough that there'll be some winter travel up over some of the passes for Colorado. A Sunday is still a kind of cool day. The mountain areas cool off with the showers around. Colorado Springs at 63, and the southeastern corner of the state might warm up a little bit. That is the beginning, though, of pattern changes that sticks around for next week. And I'm going to talk more about that in a little bit, because by the time we get to Thursday, it's kind of fun. And when a meteorologist says fun, it means there's some work to do. I'll take a little short break and I'll be back with the extended forecast. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Mornings with Meister on Peaks to Plains Weather.
Emergencies are unpredictable, but you don't have to be unprepared. Peak Alerts sends you targeted emergency alerts in real time for the places that matter to you most, so you know what's happening and what to do next. Know first, act fast. That's the power of Peak Alerts.
For over 20 years, my family, like so many of you, has proudly been part of Broncos country.
Every season, we feel the energy, passion, and commitment that defines this team.
And now, we are honored to be the official injury law firm partner of the Denver Broncos.
Ramos Law. What makes us different makes us better.
This is John May, General Manager of Petrale Roofing, up on another customer's roof doing a free 21-point inspection. If you'd like us to take a look at your roof, give us a call today, 719-375-8773. We'd be happy to take a look and see the condition of your roof. Petrale Roofing, we're a Diamond certified TAMCO installer, which means we can offer a industry-leading 25-year workmanship warranty to give you peace of mind in the storm. Call Petrale Roofing, 719-375-8773. Schedule your free inspection today.
Grow something beautiful this season. Hydrix Colorado Tree Farm Nursery has trees, shrubs, and perennials that are grown for our harsh climate. Plant smarter with expert guidance and quality plants. Visit coloradotreefarmnursery.com.
a series of waves rotating around it as we move through next week. So let me walk you through kind of how it's all going to play out here and take us through the weekend and into the late part of next week. So you can see here the system coming in from the west. That's what starts to make some showers possible here as we head into late Saturday. We've got this low-level moisture out over the plains. This thing comes in as we head into early Sunday. We'll watch the eastern plains for some showers to develop and rain and snow developing over the mountains of Colorado. The question for late Sunday into Sunday night is how far north or south is this? Because that's what's going to determine our moisture chances. The eastern plains from Pueblo off to the southeast to the west of that area of showers that I'm talking about out near the Colorado-Kansas line. And so I can't rule anything out. I just think more significant moisture is probably to our west and to our north. Pikes Peak region late in the day on Sunday, we'll catch a shower or thunderstorm. That wave, you see that flow here, moves off to the east. But notice to the west here, we've got dips back here. We've got a system back here. Like complicated forecast. There are things to figure out for sure. We're going to have to work hard on it. But man, it's better to be talking about this than fire danger, isn't it? We'll also be cooler with this jet to the south as we head into next week than we've been around here this week for sure. So another day of some showers over the mountains on Monday with another wave moving through. Northern part of the state might catch some on Tuesday. I think in southern Colorado, Tuesday is a mainly dry day. Then we've got this system off to the northwest. We're still watching this one here, and especially after Tuesday, it starts to get a little bit interesting because the approach of this system isn't being handled the same by the computer models. However, this model that I usually prefer has been relatively consistent on this, and that's what the forecast in the app, on the website, and what I'm about to show you reflects. So until I see something different with this one, my numbers are pointing this way. So watch this come in from the west here as we head from late Wednesday into Thursday. And Thursday by noon, this thing's using some moisture from the Gulf. It's got a little circulation with it. I like this. This will be a nice moisture maker for southern Colorado, and we sure need that in a big way. So again, that's kind of what my forecast is pointing toward right now, but I'll show you the difference by Thursday coming up here in a bit. Over the weekend, especially as we head into Sunday, we do get some snow up high, up above 9,000 feet, more in the central and southern part of the state than we are going to get up north. But if you have some travel plans or somebody coming to visit you here, maybe you've got a college graduation or something like that, somebody's coming from California or Utah, they may have some issues to deal with. Here's the computer that I showed you that has those showers over the far eastern plains. This takes water output, both rain and snow from the model, through the weekend and into Monday at significant those showers will be, but the potential if those showers develop early Sunday morning for a couple tenths of an inch. And the mountain areas, again, with that snow, also in the day on Sunday, showers or a thunderstorm in Pikes Peak. The computer model for that early, so that's something that we'll watch the next couple of days. There's always uncertainty in the forecast, some level of uncertainty with some aspect of the forecast, and I try to point those out to you because if you pop into the app, you know, maybe before you go to bed and then you wake up in the morning and we've got something in there, it's like we're watching those kinds of things. That's what I'm watching over the weekend. But again, for the Pikes Peak region, north Colorado and the mountains, those are more confident parts of the forecast. For Woodland Park, chance of a shower or thunderstorm both Sunday and Monday. Then that system that I'm watching for the late part of next week. And again, as I told you, that's what my forecast reflects, and we probably have some snow over the higher terrain of the Pikes Peak region to deal with Thursday being the main impact and coolest day with that system. Even some energy behind that. So that's what I mean from a pattern change perspective. This is kind of a nice sort of needed stretch here, wrapping up April and heading into May, which I think is Thursday of next week. Is that right? If not, it's Friday. So for Colorado Springs, you know, we're kind of turning cooler here. You see lots of 60s and 50s on the map. And so no 80s. We've had 80 a couple times this week. That's nice. Chance of a shower late Sunday or Monday. And then that system, I think, brings a little bit better offing here early next week, depending on the timing of things. Maybe we get some rain mixing with some snow as we head from Thursday night into Friday. Again, I think Thursday into Thursday night's kind of the main impact with that. But look how cool those temperatures are. That's really, really nice. I am excited for that. Pueblo, over the weekend, we may end up with a windy day on Sunday as we kind of get that system coming in here. Southeast corner of the state may end up with a little bit of a dry punch of some air. So we'll kind of watch that. That's probably our warmest day heading through next week. And again, a chance of some rain here with that system moving in. We just have to watch. And so here's the computer model that I am leaning toward. Watch this as we head especially into Thursday of next week, some water develops. So here's Wednesday night. Then as we head into Thursday with the path of that system, this is widespread needed moisture. Now, I don't think I'm wish casting here. Again, I like the consistency of the model that I have been showing you. But it's not a done deal. Here's what I showed you. This is part. Here's another different computer model. It has that thing farther back over Nevada. You'll get it. It just 5 a day later. Again, things to watch. That's what we. It's okay. That's with that. It's just what we'll work on. We'll keep talking about with you here on Peaks to Plains Weather, our weather together. Okay, let's see here. We've got Greg that says, since we haven't had any moisture in our yard for months, should I cover the trees and cactuses in our yard so they don't go into shock? You know, I don't know about that. Maybe I should ask Levi from Hydrix Colorado Tree Farm about that. In fact, Greg, I would suggest maybe you call them and ask them because they're the experts in that kind of stuff. I think what they would tell you is if you can get water on those things, it's better. I know with cactus, you kind of have to be a little bit careful. I grew up in Arizona and everybody would overwater their cacti and that would kill them in some spots. So, you know, like I said, call the experts. That's kind of not my area of expertise, I would say. A couple of you telling me about a mic issue this morning, so I switched to this mic. If I'm breaking up, maybe there's a little bit of an internet issue. I'm not sure, so hopefully everything is okay now. Crew, thanks for watching here. I am excited about this pattern change, like I said. Hope you have a good weekend. I got Mom coming in today. I will actually be out at Snooze Eatery from noon until 2 o'clock today. I'm a member of the board of the Ronald McDonald House of Southern Colorado. And Snooze Eatery today is donating 10% of sales while they're open today. So if you want to head out for breakfast, you want to grab some brunch, you want to grab some lunch, we'll have members of our team out there today. An easy way to support the Ronald McDonald House. Again, 10% of their proceeds from sales today at Snooze Eatery going to Ronald McDonald House charities. The board is also running a high roller raffle here. We do this every year to raise money for the house. This is one of the things that the board does. And here are the tickets that I have. And they are $100 each for a chance to win $10,000. This raises $30,000 for the house. So there are 400 tickets that we make available. And so if you want to DM me, I'd be happy to meet up with you and give you a ticket. You can also buy those online. If you go to the Ronald McDonald House website, you can do a Google search on that. You don't have to be present for the drawing. We're going to do this on Friday, June 5th at our Kids and Clay's fun shoot event that we have at the Pikes Peak Gun Club. So we have multiple events through the year. Got to raise money to make that thing go. In 40 years, no one has ever paid a bill to stay at the Ronald McDonald House. It's up next to Children's Hospital. I am really honored to be part of that organization and the fantastic work that they do. So many volunteers. A couple weeks ago, I was at our volunteer appreciation dinner. Andiamo Catering, that's Chef Franco and his crew. They donated catering for the event. We honor honored all of our volunteers, those volunteers that had done hundreds of hours during the year 2025. And if you put all of the value of the volunteer hours together, it was almost $800,000 that they supported in Southern Colorado. So just fantastic. The Ronald McDonald House is great. I'd love to see you out there. Again, noon to 2. I will be out at Snooze Eatery. Some other members of our team will be out there earlier in the morning. They'd love to talk to you about the Ronald McDonald House. That's it for me this morning, my friends, on this Friday. Thanks for being here with us on Peaks to Plains Weather. Have a good day. A reminder to you, we've had some new people come on this week with Mary Matthews joining us. Mary is going to be on next week. She'll kind of be on in the afternoons and evenings doing some updates, pushing some information to the app, to the website, to social media, wherever you are. That's where we are. That's kind of our concept. So if you're new and you're trying to figure this out, like, hey, how do I watch this? What is happening? I mean, if you're watching right now, this is one of the ways you can watch it. But it's in a lot of places. We're on Roku. The 24-hour channel's on Roku. So you want to sit in your living room and watch on TV, you can do that. The best way for us to take care of you is the Peaks to Plains weather app. You should download it today. Tell your friends about it. The 24/7 channel lives on the homepage of the app. The 24/7 channel also lives on the website. And we've also got a YouTube channel that you can check out as well. So in the digital world, lots of people are in lots of places. And that's what we're doing. Where you are is where we want to be. That's kind of the idea. Carol in Florence says, hey, 2 great M's. Good morning, Carol. Good morning, Quinetta. Thanks for watching this morning. Kathy says, Ronald McDonald House, a great cause. Thank you. I'd love to, have a couple of you buy some raffle tickets. That would be fantastic. All right. Isaac says, no more wind. Jeremy also said that earlier. I'm kind of in the no wind camp as well. I don't know about you. Wind is my least favorite weather thing. It just kind of puts me on edge, and I don't know. A lot of people don't like the wind. Danica is watching this morning from upstate South Carolina. If you go to Greenville, say hello to my brother. My brother Jeff lives there, and Jeff says, spelled differently than my brother, good morning, let's go. I say on Fridays, hey-o! That puts me in a good mood. My friends, I've got my American Classic coffee here. I am ready to roll. A reminder to support all of the Peaks to Plains partners. I'll show you where you can check them out here on peakstoplainsweather.com. On the top right-hand side, we've got our partners up there. If you have a small business that you'd like to support Peaks to Plains Weather, let us help you grow your business. You can check out the partners there. So many good ones. We love to have them. And thanks for making Peaks to Plains go. Thanks to you for making Peaks to Plains go. Thanks for spending your morning with me on Mornings with Meister. Have a great day, my friends. I will see you here with some updates. I got a lot of stuff to do this morning. It's a busy day. It's always a busy day at Peaks to Plains Weather. Have a good one.